Hello everyone, Fangs of here. Welcome to another League of Dracula 2025 stream. This game is between Terminus, playing as the Hunters, and a newcomer, Ghostwheel, playing as Dracula. Co-coming with me today is Mr. Green. Welcome, Mr. Green.
Thank you. I'm having some trouble. What I see on the Twitch stream is old, not new. I don't know.
Yeah, it takes a moment to come online.
No problem.
In fact, let's do a quick... Yeah, it should now be live. Sometimes I have to refresh the career dashboard. Okay. So... I'll have on both. So Terminus is going with the standard superhero setup. Ghostwheel, apparently, when I chatted with him yesterday to give him a few pointers, he actually told me that he only bought the digital game 2 days ago. So he has actually not played a single he has actually not played a single game online yet, so I have never seen him play. I have no idea as to Ghostwheel's skill level. However, Terminus, on the other hand, Terminus was in the League of Dracula last year. He was my quarterfinal opponent and forced me to a tiebreaker, so he's good. He's a strong player. Let's see how he does. Alright. Here we go. Week 1 supply train.
He bought the game just recently, but he has played the offline version, I assume?
Yes, and he's played... Yeah, he also told me that he's been watching a lot of videos and doing his research. Okay, Mina got a mystic research. Okay.
Yeah, that's a strong card.
Yeah, it is at that. But it's one that you don't exactly mind showing Dracula.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'm rooting for the newcomer to get a win in, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. We'll find out.
Yeah. The fact that Ghostwheel is not yet played online at all means that is an advantage to him, because Terminus, nobody in our community has seen him play Fury of Dracula yet. So nobody has any idea what his skill level is. He's been doing his studies to prepare for this, which I can definitely respect. But how good is he at putting those studies into practice is the question. Okay, Mr. Green's very quiet. Alright, let me fix that for you. I mean, he isn't talking much, but...
Yeah, that too. This is a little surreal because I heard you twice.
Well, that's because you're watching from my stream, not in game.
Yeah, for sure. The first week is kind of...
Yeah, it's...
doesn't happen much.
As always. Yep. The only thing we've had happen is the local rumors at Vienna. But, yeah. Apart from that... That's just...
that Dracula isn't close to Vienna.
we'll see what happens. Yeah, and in between this game and I the last game I streamed, which was click the camera on a button. Click the camera button. That is something that I can tell him.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That's the interface.
That's interface, not
Quite okay.
not gameplay.
Yeah, if you just make it take longer time and that's unnecessary.
Yep. I personally like to have it zoomed out all the time, as it lets you like get a helps you
Most of
see.
the time, though.
At least for me, it helps me see the big picture and plan ahead.
Yeah.
But as I was saying before, or that came up, I've now scheduled my first game with Spencer Wolfhart. I will, unfortunately, due to the rules of the tournament, I will not be able to stream my perspective live, but I will be able to record it. We've decided on tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I know that means that but that, of course, means that I will be... I don't know if there's... We have not yet posted it up for asking for a recording, but if someone can do so, that would be excellent. As having a neutral perspective is always nice. We have not yet decided on sides. Waiting on Spencer to get back to me on that one.
Is that a new rule that you can't record a game you're playing yourself?
At least not on Twitch. You can't do it live, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because there's possibility of stream sniping
Yeah,
or learning something from your chat. Which is the more important one. So yeah. It is a bit of a shame, but I will definitely record my perspective. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Scouts. Okay. Let's see. Where did Dracula start? Not Valona or Constanta, so not the Athens start. Well, actually, it could be because you may have just misdirected Valona.
Yeah. You're hiding in Athens right now.
Yeah. So, yeah. That might have been something of a mistake on Terminus' part. At this stage, I would have actually checked Athens directly. If you're checking for Athens start. Which, if you're checking Valona, presumably you are.
Had it come one day earlier, it would be better for him.
Yes. Yeah, the ideal time is just before the misdirect.
Athens and Amsterdam's kind of. If you're gonna split your search, it's a good places to look at because they are not weird.
Newspaper day. question for this next day is, will the hunters draw a newspaper?
It's not the best day for Dracula if it comes out.
No, but in truth, it's not the worst either.
I know, sometimes the hunters start to move too early.
Oh,
And
okay.
It's hard to engage
He
Dracula.
is claiming to have started with a vamp. Okay.
Yeah, it seems bluffing with rumors last week seems a little overkill.
That depends.
You
It's
really want them to go after your trail, yes, then it's a good idea, I suppose.
well, actually, that's not what I was gonna get at, because when it comes to first location, hunters are more likely to chase after it if there's no rumor, as they'll be more afraid of a hoax maturing than a vamp.
Yeah.
More likely than not, at least. But when it comes to, but if there were, or if that rumor token were on the second space, on the other hand, one would be worried about, oh, is it a hoax followed by a vamp?
Yeah.
That would definitely be very spooky to the hunters, and that means that you could do a vamp followed by a bluffed bats.
I'm a lot more worried for the first card if there's a room on the second. But you don't really know. It could be anything.
Yeah, but if you position it well, like for instance, say the vamp were at Rome and the rumor token were at Florence, more often than not they'll at least step there on the way there. Of course, all hypothetical.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. It's definitely it's definitely a form of psychological warfare, doing that sort of thing. But I agree that it's typically best if you wait until week 2, 3 to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Try to manipulate their priorities. Looks as if Glowing has a... Oh, I thought he... Oh, what's this? Newspaper? Up. Frankfurt is the second location.
Okay, a central start.
Yeah. I'm not too surprised considering that me being me, I did recommend explain the logic behind starting central, and he seemed
Yep.
to agree with it. So
Yep.
when we chatted with each other yesterday, since I offered to give him a few pointers.
Yeah. Well, it can be hard to find unless you have another newspaper, of course.
I think I'm guessing that he got an early one because I because it, then it, there you don't really lose anything by you don't really gain anything by waiting. It's only a guess, but okay. Seems to have at least the white ones if he's horsing them immediately.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't have a newspaper.
Not Nuremberg. Okay. So that leaves Strasbourg, Cologne, and Leipzig.
Yeah, my guess is Leipzig because it seldom gets a scout.
I Yeah, since he hasn't been through Nuremberg, Strasbourg doesn't make much sense.
I suppose it could be on the train now.
Yeah. I think that you're most likely correct. That's Leipzig. And then Frankfurt, then Strasbourg. And if at a guess, is Zurich next. But, I mean, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out. See if maybe he has a newspaper and we just want to be closer to action.
Something in my eye. Okay, that's better. Mia's showing an escape route now.
That's always good on Mina.
That it is. That, of course, means that Van Helsing will have the mystic research in hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So, after Dracula makes his move, we'll get to see if I was correct that he already has another newspaper to reveal the rumor token location. Or, yeah, but you're right that the fact that Seward's moving could mean that he doesn't. And that's why he's moving. But it's going to be hard for that thing to mature because obviously it needs to slide twice more, which means that Seward gets 2 more tries to guess where it is. And there's only 3 more possible locations. And let me see. We have not had any stake discards, so it's highly likely that Seward has one. So
Yeah, between them, they should have drawn one. You hope?
at least. So that Ruin Dragon is definitely unlikely to mature.
Okay, seems like there is a newspaper.
Apparently not. So
Have something else. Well, no, the interface can tricky nowadays.
Yeah. Hola, Gio.
Okay. Well, doesn't have a horse. I suppose that's a fairly quick way to get there.
Either that or just possibly wants to, since he has the yellow too, wants to take the guarantee to move to.
Of course, since he went there with the good downing, I wouldn't have searched.
Yeah, I would have checked. I would have checked Strasbourg. Oh, using Mystic Research now. Not sure how much I like that. But
I like to do it at night if I can.
yeah. Also, there's the fact that a hoax might get through. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so that gets her all the way up to Brussels, so she's gonna be able to check Cologne. They
are unlikely to not find the trail at the moment. They should be able to find it no matter what.
Yeah, Seward can go to Cologne, Mia to Strasbourg, so yeah, that ruin token is almost never maturing. It's entirely possible that Mia doesn't have a stake. Behind the veil. Okay, apparently this is going to be a standard behind the fog. That was aristocratic Sab Bats hoax. And the fog which got yoinked.
Yeah.
Typical behind the fog.
Yeah. They're hawks and bats are the worrisome cards left in the hand.
Interesting. So he's going through his burning through his night's place now.
Yeah.
I mean, I can respect that. I mean, respecting the possibility of a hoax. I get it, but
yeah, it depends on his quality of his hands as well.
Yeah. Okay. So which one is it? I
assume it's in Cologne with the good helmet. Well, he could.
To be honest, if he was gonna charge carriage me up, I think Goldaming should have stayed. Okay. Because the way they've been moving implies that Goldaming doesn't have a horse. So why not stay there and dig for it? Unless Van Helsing's holding it. That seems to be my read on the situation. Okay, so he went to Strasbourg after Frankfurt. We now know that.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting that he didn't ambush with Cologne, by the way. Aristocratic, perhaps? Zurich. He could be. He could now be over in Zagreb, due to how they've been moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the way they just abandoned the gateway to the east like that.
Yeah, sometimes it's you move a little too much the early game as the hunters when you should supply a little more.
Yep. Okay, staking. Oh. Yeah.
Well, it was a vampire.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't much of a loss to not ambush with that one. That's what the risk, I think. Because you can't get any points from it. And the Godalming has lots of health.
Hmm. Okay, sword revealing a knife from bodyguards in Frankfurt. Okay. Okay. So what now, Drac? So on the whole, if you had to declare someone in the lead now, right now, who would you say has an edge?
Hard to tell. Yeah, he has managed to get the hunters to move a lot at the beginning, so it has a small edge to Dracula.
I agree, but of course it is way too early.
Obviously, research, that's a strong card and gives you more strong cards.
Or just helps filter the weak ones.
Yeah.
Wolfhorn, okay. Yeah, let's see. So there was a nocturnal visit, devilish power, and vampiric influence. That was discarded by Mystic Research.
Was an interesting use of Wolfhorn. He shouldn't feel too much pressure at this point. He's planning to do restoring to do a misdirect, so really.
Well,
they don't find the location before the Wolfhorn.
Well, considering where he could be, the possibilities are all over the place.
Yeah.
Until you figure out where he went. I would misdirect the card after Zurich. Actually.
That will make it quicker for.
Because that's 5 spots. There are 5 spots he could have gone after Zurich. And I suppose Nuremberg got ruled out, so 4 actually.
Yeah.
And misdirecting that would make it hard for them to find where you will form from.
Yeah, for sure.
So, that's possible, Geo. That's a wolf form from Marseille. Scouts. Well, Terminus is gonna. I think that Van Helsing definitely should have moved off the island by now. I think that's a whoopsie on Terminus's part. I imagine that he'll check Marseille, and likely also or either that or like Zagreb and Vienna. Marseille and Munich, perhaps. There are lots of places you could check.
Yeah.
No Zagreb or Toulouse. Okay. The thing is, if you went Milan after Zurich and then went Munich, he could have Wolfhorned over Zagreb. Similar, and the same can be said if he went to Geneva, Clermont-Ferrand, or Geneva, Marseille. He could Wolfhorn over Toulouse. I think that those weren't the best placed scouts, to be honest.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Hmm. Okay. Bats. Okay. So that will. Now you can bat him into the lair at Cologne. That's nice. And that will delay Seward a bit. I would say that if things continue like this, Ghostwheel has a definite advantage.
Yeah, it's going well for him so far.
Yeah. Obviously not as good as it could have. If they had hung on the newspaper, then he could have had. He would have 6 points by now, more likely than not. But yeah, things could be going better, but they're going quite well. And while we wait for the next breakthrough, games that are coming up tomorrow, Mr. Green and Gio are playing their second match, which where Mr. Green will be hunting Gio instead of the other way around. They'll be playing that at, I believe, 17:30 UTC. Correct, MG?
Yes, I think so.
Then I will be playing at 1 UTC, strictly speaking, day after tomorrow, 1 UTC, but that means 9 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow versus Spencer Wolfhart. Sides are yet to be determined. So...
It's 3 a.m. in the night for me, so I won't be watching that one.
I know. I'll take a peek at the spreadsheet real quick, see if any other games have come up. Apparently Strider and Rittmeister may have their game. It says the time is going to be 22:30 UTC. Doesn't say a day. Let me look that up real quick. Apparently that will be on Tuesday. 22:30 UTC.
He didn't bat me into the lair, so maybe he didn't have anything funny to put in the lair. Wanted to keep the card for his trail instead.
Possibly he could have shoved an aristocratic or his hoax in there, but oh, okay. So it was Marseille, and you did go somewhere else first. So that means, oh, I would not have ambushed there. So it looks as if if Ghostwheel agrees to a chat at the end of the game, we'll have to bring Win to ambush and Win not to ambush to his attention.
Yeah.
That is because that's something that he has done wrong on both occasions. On both the occasion of the new vamp and this fog, which I really don't know why he would put down fog. There's really no need for that. So a Wolfhorn from Marseille, as Gio predicted.
Yeah, I suppose you could have been a little nervous since they were all on the rail line. So, in theory, if they have a rail down, you could have been in trouble. They have
Possibly.
no real.
Okay, so that means that more likely than not he wolf went to Munich and then went east. Either that or went down to Spain. I definitely don't like the fact that Van Helsing's still just sitting up there, not helping block areas and such.
Well, I suppose his hand isn't filled with good stuff, or he will maybe start moving.
Mm. Maybe, maybe not. There was a stake discard at some point that I missed. Other than the one that I was used to kill the Reckless. Or, not Reckless, sorry, new vamp. Important distinction. So that's how both Fog's gone. Mind you, that's not entirely a bad thing. Since they've been used extremely early, there's a reasonable chance that I'll find them again later.
Well, hopefully he has desecrated the soil. Doesn't game both without it, and if you're unlucky, you won't get any desecrated soil, and you have to wait a long time.
Yeah. I don't know about rumoring that, to be honest. But
if Godalming had a 3-2, I would be tempted to check Munich.
I would also be tempted to check Bordeaux, to be honest. Under those circumstances. Which speaking of train tickets, it seems as if Horse economy is not cooperating with how they're moving. Aggie, huh? Okay. Going to search. Okay. Checking Saragossa. Okay. I can definitely respect that move.
Yeah, that's
Okay, Seward has a horse, and he apparently is not afraid to use it right now. Is it that there at least was a buried horse, which is why Goldaming's just been sitting in Cologne ever since the stake? He's taking the vampire? Yeah, so one good thing that this fog has done is it means that the hunters will have to... It means that Seward and Mina may have to team up to find this next thing after Zurich, because that could be at Milan or Geneva, and they have no way to tell which.
Well, at least the fog will be gone by then.
Okay, excellent weather. I can't say I like that use of it. At this stage, you probably want to be saving it for like hopping across the Adriatic if you need to, or getting into England.
I tend to use it like that quite often.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of mixed opinions in regards to whether that's right or not.
Yeah. Depends on also how many good other events you have. If you only have trash, then yeah, just getting an open slot for so you can play again can be good.
Yeah. Sword and aristocratic vamp. Okay, and that means that sword will have to become delayed. And because if he doesn't, he would get wolf form back. I would say that since that he rumored it, normally I would say that let him have it. Clear away the stuff so you can beeline towards him since you know the general direction. But since it's a wolf form, no. You can't just let him have that back. That early. Oh no. This is...
Yeah.
So that's very good for Ghostwheel. So now Ina will have to take a 50-50 guess. If Van Helsing has a horse, then he can check Geneva while Mina, assuming a good horse roll, and then Mina checks Milan.
And both Godalming and Van Helsing could get there if they have a horse.
Yeah, that's also true. But I mean, if they do so, then they're centralizing, whereas he's likely going further and further into the east at this stage.
Yeah.
Unless he wolf run to Bordeaux. Now that would be a nice sneaky one because he could now be in Santander. He could have gone from there to Santander to Madrid.
I suppose if you check Bordeaux, you know he can't be in Spain.
That's not necessarily true, as you could have wolf run to Barcelona and then hid there, while Aggie searched Saragossa, and then moved there after he searched it. In theory, he could. I'm saying that while Bordeaux takes out the most likely route, it's not the only route.
So did it today? They searched it.
They searched. They searched it. They searched it before his last move.
Okay. Well, then he could have hid, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. Godalming supplies. What is he digging for? Possibly just information? But why hasn't he checked Munich left yet? Does Van Helsing have a horse to check Geneva? Answer no. But it looks like that... Oh. Is there something to ambush him with? Wolves. Oh! An AoE encounter.
Okay. I didn't expect actually to didn't push him in there, but...
I
thought he didn't want him to...
I mean, he's new to playing online. It's possible he just forgot about it. So that's a rifle from Van Helsing and a knife from Godalming, if I saw that right. Yes?
Maybe he was in Germany at the time, so he didn't want Mina to be able to... Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Okay, it was
Dracula.
Geneva. It was Geneva, so Geneva is gonna get to mature.
Uh,
What is it?
For Hunters, it's just a saboteur.
What is this? Is it a hoax? We saw that he had one in hand earlier, and we have some pretty dang good ones from the Mystic research. Devilish power to help you versus CG. Nocturnal visit is pretty nice. Vampiric influence.
Really suck for the Hunters if it's a hoax. The one you don't catch. It's a
Yep.
hoax. Always sucks.
I'm guessing that Van Helsing has had the third horse, and that's why Gladong's been sitting there. And possibly why Van Helsing came across when he did. Like, he finally dug it up. Okay. So what is it? And what do you do if this is, say, a reckless vampire? Do you mature it?
Well, since they don't know where you are, so more or less will force them to fly it and then find your trail again.
Who's this? Chrome Kiwi 6851. That's a weird one.
Nothing I recognize, and I haven't been too active.
I don't recall seeing that particular name. It could be another gyro joke name, but but who knows?
Yep.
Okay, what do we got? It's a vampire. So now he gets wolf form back. It destroys the rumor token, sure, but now we don't know where he wolf formed to, nor do we know the place after that.
Yeah.
I'd say that things are. I think things. Yeah, things could be a little bit better if he had not ambushed with the fog, and ambushed with the vamp. But it doesn't make too big a difference in this case.
Yeah.
Since Mia missed the vampire anyway.
Yeah, maybe you're stuck to supplying until you find the trail again. It's hard to find it by moving at this point.
Yeah, Gia is saying that Terminus needs hired scouts, newspaper reports to our allies to search. He does need information, it's true. To be sure. But, yeah, this is... This is looking relative. This is looking it's not over near finished yet, but it's looking good for Ghostwheel. Okay, I think, unless I'm mistaken, he's going to be scanning Italy, and I like that because one of the potential wolfform destinations was Florence, so it's possible that he's down in the boot.
Yeah.
And that could solve the entire problem right there. Yep. That's right, Gio. Good scan and tonight with Mino. Not sure if that's what he has in mind, but that's the impression he's given me.
Yeah, it's really a huge scan.
Mm-hmm.
So it can do whatever trading they need to do.
Wax cylinders. Oh. Well, now, has he hidden? If he did, it got wiped. Okay, well that actually rules out the possibility of him being down the boot, because let's remember that it wiped the spot after the wolf form too. I suppose if the destination was Venice and then Florence, and that much got wiped, it's still possible, but far less likely now.
Maybe he has hypnosis, and that's what is going to be played.
Possible. Let's see. Didn't even scan. That's weird.
He did nothing? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Pass. It seems
That's
be a bad choice.
That's
you can't scan.
Yeah. If you're not gonna scan, why not move, Mina? I'm sure. Yeah, this is looking good for Ghostwheel. He's completely vanished off their radar. They have no idea where he is. The only thing they know is that he wolf-horned from Marseille, and it went one space after that, and then this happened. That's all they know.
He might be starting to score week 4 before they can put any pressure on him.
At this rate, yes. Completely possible. So long as he doesn't hide, they don't have any easy way to find him, it would seem. That being said, let us keep in mind that we do have 2 more newspapers in that deck, and it's getting smaller and smaller. So chances are actually good that he'll find another newspaper before too long.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, how many Drac events are in the discard? I'll check on it tonight once they're done supplying for today. How many Drac events are there in the discard? Should they risk night supplying? They've already spent their Mystic Research supplies, but Holy bullets. Okay, what are we discarding here? The second excellent weather. Whoa. Okay, so Ghostwheel does not have to worry about excellent weather at all now. Gone. Oh, there it is. Hypnosis. He's down in Spain. Okay.
Okay, well, he went through Barcelona then, like.
Either that or Wolfhorn to Bordeaux, because they never checked that.
Yeah, right. Could have hit. That was really unlucky in that game for the hunters. If he hit Bordeaux, and then they check for the 8.
No, he could have gone Bordeaux, Santander, because they checked Saragossa, not Santander. But now we know he's down there. And who knows? There could be another vampire on its way to maturing now. They gotta hustle. Yeah, I guess that he passed last turn with Mina because he had hypnosis already, so that she would be delayed during the night rather than during the day. That's a bit
Yeah.
of a weird logic, but because now all the others got delayed one day, so
Yeah.
that's just a mistake.
If he if he had
if he did already have it,
yeah,
uh,
if he had what's it called, the speedy telegraph, I might have agreed with that decision if he did it at his first move, but not as his last.
yeah, he just lost one day when all the others could have been moving, and getting closer. So, yeah, that's just a mistake. Yeah, because the trail is almost full again, and
Uh,
and it's only one more day till week 3. Ghostwheel is standing in a pretty good, strong position because he still has 14 HP left. So
well, they should be able to force him out to see if it's in space.
okay. Okay, apparently one of my siblings is getting some mowing down outside, so if you hear some background noise, apologies. What's been happening, Scott Sword, is that they missed uh, the encounter at Geneva, which turned out to be a reckless vamp, which wiped the Wolfhorn location and the following location. Seward has wax cylinders, but didn't fail to reveal anything. And then Mia just used hypnosis by day after skipping her night action, and not even scanning just Italy. We've been talking about that. No, Terminus went superhero star, Scott Sword. And the scary thing is that first encounter could be at Lisbon, so it's possible that it's just out of reach unless they start use events to get to it. Wax cylinders again? Did he hide? Oh, he did. Directly after he did it. Yeah, again, apologies if you hear some background noise. I have one of my family members mowing the lawn outside. So apologies if you end up hearing some of that. So, hit at Cadiz. So that means that I'm inclined to believe that this location is... Oh. Is Madrid? Okay, this is actually a little bit scary for... What if they have CG? What if Mina has CG? And he's at Granada? That...
Yeah, they have 2 moves before this. Should be in 47 and that was the last one that got wiped, right?
So the last one got wiped would either have been the Barcelona. If Barcelona was the Wolf Run location, it would have been the Hyde card that got wiped last.
Right.
If he went to via Bordeaux, it would have been Santander that got wiped.
He can't reach from Barcelona. That's the fewer moves.
That's true. Or no, he can. It could be Saragossa. He goes there after they search it, Madrid, and then to Cadiz. Hyde.
Oh yes.
Okay, but if you're in Granada, get out of there.
I kinda have to, unless he decides to dark call.
He could also feed for 1 HP, but I seriously doubt that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that he had to use hypnosis is good for Ghostwheel.
Sure.
Since this means that if they don't have Money Trail, once he goes to sea, it'll be all too easy to lose them. Let me see. How many proxy events have we had? We got a local surprising return. Okay. So this is summon him. This is presumably to search. He actually was at Granada. Yep, this very true, Scott Sword. This could be big for RV. Especially since they know that he doesn't have any fog. But does... The question is, does he have RV? Oh, there it is. Okay. Speed telegraph.
Yeah, that's going so well for Dracula. Now he might just die.
Yes. However, there's also a lot of trail to clear. So long as he escapes with a reasonable amount of HP, and I assume that he would have played the second speed telegraph to summon Aggie back for allying if he had it. So
Yeah.
And he knows that there's no fog, so
Yeah, that's the problem. He could die completely, and that they don't need to worry about the trail. Who has the horses again?
I mean, there could be bats somewhere in the trail. There's still one of those unaccounted for. And if they walk onto those on their way, then that could disrupt their attack. There could also, for that matter, be bats on Alicante, and if they horse there with their first move, they get pushed off for their second.
That sucks.
Yeah. That would be an interesting. That would be a good move, Geo. Yeah, use wax cylinders for deduction to know what the card is on Alicante. The question is, how exactly is Terminus going to launch this attack? Goldaming is only one ticket, which I would assume. I'm assuming that it's a white one, but it of course could be anything. Or at the very least, it is probably a yellow one. If it is probably something related to railway, economy, or horse economy. Sorry.
Go down in lost if that's the case.
Yeah, so I might doubt it, especially since there's been 2 char carriages used already. No, actually only 1. But if Gulong does not have a charred carriage, then it... Oh, but he does. So, and he comes.
Like, unless it was a bad horse ticket, you should have moved in first. But maybe it was a bad horse ticket then.
I mean, with them only 2 roads away, unless there's something that really compromises them at Saragossa, they're just
true.
fine. Even if that were a white 1 that he just used, in fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting 3 hunters, it's unlikely he's
He chose not to ambush. That leads me to believe that this is a... So Yakno was never at Madrid. Ah, he wolf-horned to Nantes, and then went to Bordeaux, and then out to Spain. I see.
Right.
Okay, so I am inclined to believe that this is some sort of AoE effect at Alicante. Either that, or it's possible it's a soil, to prepare for the sea voyage.
Yep. There's nothing too scary. But
I think that the best case scenario for Drac, it's a mob, and Mia does not have a forewarned.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, mob would definitely be the most influential
Yeah.
one that you could have here.
But it's still 3 hunters, and they should be well equipped by this time.
That
They
isn't.
lost any items during the game.
That is true. Yeah.
He forgets that there are 2 folks.
Oh.
These are affairs of folk.
Okay, I wouldn't have bothered with that.
Well, I suppose she can heal when she gets there. That's a second action.
It is indeed a mob. Does she have forewarned? It doesn't look like it. This is interesting. Yep. No forewarned, so that means that they're gonna be taking damage.
Oh. So at this point, do you throw away your horses for those that have uneven that are uneven their health points at the moment? If they are even, it doesn't matter.
Seward threw away something. Apparently a dog's. But that helps. That helps. The difference between 5 and 6 is really not really noteworthy in combat. Alright, so what do we have in terms of combat events? Seward has planned ambush, and that's it. Alright. He has a large health pool, so that he has that much going in his favor.
I think this fight, I would have since there are many that are one hit point more strong horses at this point. I think would have been a good idea.
Depending on how confident you are with your hand, I
should have good car, so as long as you kill a hunt, you're gonna do a lot of damage.
Okay. 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 I was extremely worried that that was gonna be that was gonna be a host. Okay. So now Terminus has to hard play around Fangs, as with Mina, obviously.
Yeah.
Semi unless he has great strength.
He still loads her from the fights. It's
Ouch.
still bad.
Yes, which is why I said semi.
Yes.
Yeah, Mob is definitely one of the best cards you could have had here. That isn't Fog. So, I think next I would Fang Glaming. There's no Aggie because they surprisingly returned her to search, not as ally. So, strength. Oh, good, nice. Apparently, I would have taken 3 damage.
Yeah. Well, that's the gamble. Either it's every horse with knife.
Whoa. Okay. So knife, and another knife. Oh, she dodged. Okay.
So, she
So
has no
now there's the hazard of claws to the Goldaming.
That's also kind of a good indication that she doesn't have an anti-fang. Dodging seems to really, unless you're really trying to be real tricky, but yeah. She has something that can do damage.
Yeah, I think you fang either Goldaming or Mina here. Strength.
Oh, yeah. Mina,
Okay, that is gonna be GG almost certainly. That is quite an all or nothing play by Terminus, and it. GG, well played. Ate both. Good game. So this game is gonna go to Terminus, it seems.
Yeah.
So long as Sword does any damage here. Yeah, he overstayed his welcome a little bit too much in Spain.
Yeah, it's a common mistake. We have all done it.
Yeah. Yep. Ghostwheel says he didn't get any fangs. Unfortunate. But congratulations to Terminus.
Yeah, for sure.
Chat. Chat. I'll invite both of them for a post-game chat. Okay. Chat, guys. Oh, apparently Ghostwheel left, so I. Okay. In that case, okay, Terminus can't, so in that case, we'll just find someone to raid, and then we'll although before we do, I'd like to mention that we have several games happening tomorrow. That we have 2 games happening tomorrow. First, Mr. Green's rematch versus Geo at 17:30 UTC, and then my matchup versus Spencer Wolfhart. He will be playing Drac first, happening at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So technically 1 p.m. 1 a.m. UTC on the 1st of September. I I UTC wise, but let me find someone to raid here. I
Oh, yeah, it was a fun game to watch.
Yeah. So well played.
Well, it was close, but yeah, he caught him at a
Yeah.
time. Right before he was going to leave, I assume.
Yep. I
It's closing on
can't.
midnight over here. So I'm gonna go out.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me, MG.
It's fun game.
Let me see.
Yeah, see you later.
Okay. Got since there's no one doing any we're gonna raid someone playing Hogwarts Legacy since I can't find anyone else doing Fear of Dracula. So Medic Show 313 is apparently the target of our raid. But thank you everyone for watching, and catch you all next time. Bye.